Hi, Original Soul. Welcome in, welcome back. Thank you for showing up to this affirmation reading, bringing your energy here. Let's get into it, shall we? All right, so a lot going on in these cards. I guess I'll start with this card since it wanted to come back out this week again. The Void, of course, Moon, missing. Last week, this was more towards the base of the reading, but shuffled them up. This number 52 card came back out. Some of the kind of keywords around this card was bad choices, unfulfilled promises, false starts. These were a couple of the notes that I jotted down about this card. So that came out again this week. I don't know if that is anything going on with you, because up at the top of the reading, this conflict and war card came out. Number 12 on that card. Conflict and war can be an internal thing if there's any sort of internal battles, or this could have to do with other people, other relationships. I'm reading this more on a personal level as opposed to sort of a global scale, but take this how it makes sense for you and how it resonates. But conflict and war. So again, with that Void, of course, Moon missing, and the conflict and war card coming out, both of these cards together, you may have had some things coming at you, again, whether those are your own thoughts based on previous choices, decisions, maybe something not getting off the ground the way you wanted or had been hoping. Or if this is with someone else, some kind of conflict happening right now, right? This may be right at the top of your mind. This could be just right in this recent past. Again, as this came back out, we've got it in a different position. So this is moving past this, moving this more behind you. All right, let's see here. In the center of the reading, the Hummingbird card came out, number 26. I don't know if you see hummingbirds where I am, not at this time of year, but you never know what might pop up on the internet, or someone with a tattoo, or on a tarot card, oracle card, like right now. So there's hummingbird spirits showing up for you. Also just keying into, I'd even grabbed this circular piece. I believe this is carnelian. But all these kind of circles, we've got the hummingbird in front of either a moon or a sun there. Even on this conflict and war card, you can see that circular shield, protection. Right, and that ties into hummingbird. Hummingbirds are little. They're kind of always flying, hovering, even though it looks like they're standing still. It's so amazing. Have you ever seen one up close? But they're very protective, territorial birds as well. So with that conflict and war, with that shield, right, that circular feeling, so maybe you do have some defenses up, or just need to learn how to protect yourself, the best way to protect yourself. As this spread is laying here, hummingbird is sort of pointing or facing towards the Void, of course, Moon. So again, maybe there has been an under this conflict, so, and maybe some previous choices, or just some sort of issue in a relationship in this sort of recent past, or maybe still currently going on, bringing that conflict and war to the front of your mind. But hummingbird is here to remind you, right, that you are able to protect yourself. You can be gentle with yourself, even in these conflicting kind of negative energy sort of situations. It's okay to protect yourself, but again, do that by being gentle with yourself, starting with compassion, Right? And then as Hummingbird is looking at that void of course moon, kind of pointing in that direction, just making sure moving forward you're not contributing to those bad choices. You're putting yourself out there, your energy out there in a way that you'd like to receive it back, even through conflict. That doesn't necessarily mean just taking everything, taking the brunt of whatever, but only you know the best way to move forward and what makes sense for you. Whether that is setting a boundary, standing up for yourself. Right? Sometimes silence can be a form of protection. Right? Silence speaks volumes, as they say, so even silence is a response as well. All right, the crystal card that came out. Let's move on here. Crystal card Quartz. Got a piece of quartz right here, setting out right below Hummingbird. All right, so enhance your vision under quartz, and that is something with the void of course moon. This can be kind of being stuck in your own limitations, especially if there is that conflict. It can be easy to sort of get stuck in that spiral and just that thought process of what went wrong. All right, but quartz, enhance your vision. This is pushing past those limitations. So let's see when to use it. Let's read it. When you find yourself believing the limitations your mind puts in front of you, call on quartz to help you see through illusions, clear the mind of self-doubt, surrender to the will of the universe, and start manifesting the impossible. Is it really impossible? So enhance your vision. So I like that right below this void of course moon, again, kind of using that quartz energy to push through those limitations, push past those bad decisions, not staying focused on what went wrong, maybe not staying too long in this conflict, right? Instead, addressing it, right? Being gentle with yourself, but taking protective measures, right? It is important. You are important, so protecting yourself is important as well. All right, the dream card that came out this week, transport. I don't know if anybody has any travel plans upcoming or recently. So maybe travel is indicated for you. It does say on the dream card that any mode of travel that shows up in a dream can signify something about your progress in life. I don't know what you key on when you look at this card. Maybe take a moment and notice. And you could perhaps Google, especially if you've had any dreams about any of these things, what that specific meaning is. I personally kind of keyed in on that bicycle, which can be about balance. So again, conflict and war. This could be about external relationships, or again, some sort of internal conflict that you have been staying in a little bit too long. I have a feeling it's time to move out, transport yourself out of that. All right, and then out of the Sacred Cycles deck, this first quarter moon card came out, number 2. Also noticing the little bees at the flowers, just like a hummingbird would do, right? Hummingbird doesn't focus too long, right, on negativity. It's focused on getting that nectar, getting to the flowers, the bees kind of constantly working and progressing. Right, so transporting yourself out of whatever conflict you have. This first quarter moon card, you can see she's holding this half circle, this rainbow. Maybe once you're able to transport, we've got that full circle here as well. Maybe something is coming for full circle. Maybe a cycle is ending, or some sort of relationship or internal pattern is being released. But yeah, so you can see she's holding up that rainbow, that half circle. This card representing being guided on your path. It's just talking about the hummingbird trying to find the nectar, the bees, as we know, pollinating the flowers, buzzing around. With that transport card, instead of moving towards conflict, focusing on conflict, maybe turning that away, getting more balance. All right, I also pulled a rune today out of this witch's rune. So hold that up if you can see it. This rune is all about relationships, can be about kind of soulmate energy. We can have a lot of different soulmates, right? You can have your soul family, that could be friends, it could be an intimate love relationship, family. Yeah, it talked about meaningful relationships. So I don't know if that plays in to any of these cards that have come out so far, but let's add a little bit more into it and see what we get. Let's see, let's start with Angel card first. I hope you're doing well today. I think I forgot to say that. Am I upside down here? Okay, let's see. I want to flip that over. All right, I hope you're doing well today. There's our Angel card. Flipped right out. I just saw the Seven of Swords as I was moving that and cutting the deck, which can be about manipulation, deceit, hurt, can also be about strategy, and maybe there is something that was uncovered, right, that's bringing in a little bit of that conflict. All right, let's see here. The Sun, number 64, Mehiel, the vivifying God, restoration of life, protection from adversaries, rabies, and wild beasts. Wow. All right. So if you are traveling and if you happen to be going to some sort of exotic location, get your shots. Okay, that's amazing. The Sun coming out. Again, we had all this kind of circular energy. Number 64. All right. So kind of trusting in that path, not focusing on, again, that conflict. I mean, it's good to address it, understand it, strategize. What's the best way to move through, to be able to be gentle and protect yourself and your energy, and then transporting yourself out, taking those steps. The Sun is a card of success. Obviously sunshine, we got the sunflowers in this first quarter moon card. Yeah, it can be seen, kind of that light after darkness. Can be seen that hope when you've maybe felt too many limits. Once you take care of your energy and your heart space, right, feeling that light start to shine. And also trusting. All right. We got two that volunteered today. Let us see. Ooh, what was I just saying? Deer and eagle came out. So gentleness and vision. And what did Quartz remind us of? Enhance your vision. It says at the bottom of that card. So eagle is reminding you of that as well. Deer, gentleness, like I was saying with Hummingbird, being gentle with yourself, even if you do need to set some boundaries and be protective. All right, let's read each of these. Dear, gentleness. This is a reminder to be more gentle with yourself and others. The grace, sensitivity, and gentleness of this spirit animal echo the qualities brought forth when living from the heart. Thank you, dear. I love that message, especially if there is conflict and war, negativity, right? Whether this is something coming at you, or if you've been involved in this sort of energy, this is a really nice reminder. You really need to put out what you want to get back. So starting that with compassion, even when you're delivering a difficult message. All right, eagle vision. It is time to look inward with an attentive eye. Allow your heart to guide you, and opportunities you never dreamed were possible will present themselves when you least expect it. Get ready for greatness. So as eagle's reminding us to enhance that vision, don't believe the limits that you may have sort of locked into your mind. That can create some conflict as well. We tend to have that head-heart conflict when really, right, how amazing would life be if those were functioning and working together instead of at odds and at war? So really bringing in that balance, like I said when I cued in on that bicycle. All right, let's add couple tarot cards. We'll see what comes out. Let's see. Let's do wizards today. Move three-legged cow out of the way. All right, let's see what the wizard tarot has to offer just a couple more cards. I don't know if this is any type of energy that you've been dealing with or going through. I definitely can take a couple pieces out of this reading for myself. Okay, let's do another shuffle. All right. See what tarot wants to come through as you work to transport yourself into a more gentle heart space, protecting your beautiful energy. You're super important. Getting out of that limitation mindset. So that Ace of Pentacles, knowing anything is possible. All right. Let's see, Magician at the bottom. What did I just say? Anything is possible. Okay. All right, let's see what we get here. Four of Pentacles. The Sun. There we go. We got the Sun coming out again. That's amazing. Let's do one more. And the Death card with Queen of Pentacles at the bottom. So this is abundance energy. How peaceful she is, sitting on her throne. This can be nurturing energy, being gentle with yourself. Right? You have all these resources. Notice that rainbow behind her. Got this rainbow on this card as well. So you can transport out of that negative energy. All right, so Four of Pentacles can be that being stuck. This also can be protecting yourself. So just notice, which side of the Four of Pentacles are you on? Like I said, we got the Sun coming out twice. Number 19, as I'm recording it, it is the 19th today. So maybe that's a synchronicity for somebody, but double Sun. That's amazing. So again, success on the horizon, on the path. Like how she blazes through on that white horse could represent trusting your path, trusting the guidance you receive internally or from meditation, those little just ideas that pop into your head. That could be your spirit team working with you, trying to help guide you along the way. So success coming in, right? Protection from others. All right, and then on the Death card, that's transforming something. That boils down to a number 4. So in the Wizard Tarot, we've got the Four of Pentacles, the Sun, and then the Death card 13, another 4. So the Sun is kind of flanked by those 4s. 4s also can represent stability. So maybe going from that stuck energy, really moving forward, powerful with that Sun. And then with the Death card, that's transformation, right? Complete transformation, right? Looking whatever that conflict or maybe previous bad choices, whatever it might be, looking that sort of in the face, right? Being comfortable to kind of dance with it, take a look at it. Once you're able to move through that recovery, right, and let it go, that's where the transformation comes in. Wow, a lot of major arcana coming up as well. Okay, wow. Well, that is a good outlook with what started as what I like to just call yucky energy. I'm not one to really enjoy conflict. I've done a good job in my past of trying to avoid it, which is not always a good thing either. There is a good, fine balance. So I don't know if this, again, is has anything here for you. If there was a message here for you, I would like to hear about it. But yeah, that's what we've got. So let's set the affirmation. What do you think? I am powerful. I like it. I am powerful. You are powerful. How can you look that conflict, whether it's internal or external, just look it in the face with compassion, treat yourself with compassion, transport yourself out of that. Take out those limits that you've been setting, draw on that quartz energy. Right now, between now and the next first quarter moon, right, what little steps can you take? One of the things in this book that it mentioned was in the small is the all. So yeah, you are powerful. Little steps forward can make a big difference, right? Even over the next few weeks. You could look back on today, hopefully out of that conflicting energy, more into this Queen of Pentacles energy. All right, I am powerful. You are powerful. That is the affirmation today. That's what we have. All right, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for showing up. Until next time.